don't want to steal PJ's seat.
Well, perfect response. We had a tough one the other day, and the quick turnaround, and really proud of the way our guys. We played with energy and effort and passion, and we came at them in waves, and that's what I envisioned with this team, where we got a lot of guys and a lot of guys that can help the team, and that makes a difference when you have game after game after game, and so there's some really good things tonight.
What made it the right time to go with Pearson?
Well, first RJ was hurt, and we don't have that many guys. We have 10 guys really that are playing, and if one more went down, then all of a sudden, you don't want 8 guys, and you can't survive. And because, I was watching it really carefully, he's, you get these guys in June now, and when we got him, he was a high school kid. And I'm looking at him, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, God, his body's starting to change. He's starting to get stronger. He's becoming a really good defender. He can really guard, and he's big, and I swear he's even grown. And then, you watch him in practices, and he's making shots. And I'm like, whoa, boy, could we use that? And so, we talked to his parents and talked to him, and it just felt like the right time. And this day and age with the changing landscape of college and what could happen, and it seemed like the prudent move to get him out there to help this team, and got him out there a lot of minutes tonight. And he for his first game be thrown in a conference game, you don't get an exhibition in front of fans, you don't get any. That was pretty impressive. So I was pretty happy.
He has some swagger out there,
Yeah, he does.
To the crowd, just.
I love it.
How fun of a player is he to watch him practice and now engage?
I asked him one day at practice recently. He was hitting 3 after 3 after 3, and I was like, "Hey, Peanut," we call him Peanut, and I was like, "Do you think you could do that in a game?" And his answer came back so quick, and I'm like, okay, it was more about how he answered it than what he said. Like, he was confident that he could go do it in a game, so I'm like, let's do it.
Would you say that without the injuries and everything else, would you prefer for him to keep that red shirt, or was it purely you just thought it was the right time for him?
I just felt it was the right time for the team. I've been saying it over and over again too, that I just feel like we're clicking at about 75%, and we need another guy that can shoot. That's if the one, if you New Year's wish would be, let's make a bunch of threes, and he stepped in right away in the first game, and led us and had the most threes on the team.
Just talking about guys clicking, you had 4 guys score at least 12 points.
Yeah.
A few 8, a few 7. Just how happy were you to see more of a spread of points tonight?
Yeah, and just the, like Omar's energy, and he looked right. That was beautiful. And I just thought I thought we played 37 really, really powerful minutes. And, those games can be hard to play perfectly for 40, but 37 was that was a pretty darn good complete game. And, you look what we did on the boards, you look, we took care of the ball pretty darn good, especially that first half. And I was really proud of our guys' response. That's the mark of a champion is the way you respond to some adversity. And, we didn't go the way we wanted on Saturday. And, I woke up Sunday and knew that I had a great group of guys that would respond, and they didn't let me down.
Mason was mentioning that it was a very hard film session to watch on Sunday. Just, was it pretty apparent that there was going to be a bounce back right away?
Well, it was apparent to me, but you never know as a coach. But it was apparent to me because of the character and the type of guys we have. That's what I told them. I was like, guys, that's what gets me excited is I get to walk in the room with these guys. I know they'll fix it, and I let them fix most of everything.
Just seemed like a different feeling tonight. Whether it was Dylan was getting involved again, you mentioned
Yeah.
Omar and Pearson, and it just if you were clicking at 75, maybe tonight was 85. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
It just seemed like everything just felt more like what we envisioned this
year. Yeah, exactly. And we've had some great moments and great games, but and I think that last percentage is if you make all those open shots. You're not going to make all your shots, but we shot like 70% from the 2, And I'm telling you, those threes are coming. Guys are getting more and more comfortable, and then that's experience. You know, I looked out there at one point. I went, "Oh, I got 3 freshmen out there, and they're not playing like freshmen already." So that's a great sign. And this team, you know, I think it energizes us too because we feel like we have an upside, a lot of upside, and that we had a good look tonight.
Mentioned Omar a couple of times, but just, you know, like I said, maybe some personal issues and stuff. Just how does it to see him?
Just play. He looked like he was having fun out there, and that's the most important thing. That's when he's best because, you know, you're talking about an all-league guy that's coming off your bench. That's the other team's like, oh man, they were playing good. Now here comes another really good player. That's what we want, and that's what we have. And when we get everybody clicking, which tonight we did some of that, then, you know, but like we've talked about a lot, is it takes a while to get 8 new guys clicking together and figuring out, you know, both as coaches and as players they have to figure out each other. We have to figure out them, of what their best spots are, how we can get them the ball, what they can add to the team, the right combination. There's a lot of moving parts. And then you throw some injuries here when you start to think you get it figured out and things like that. And so our guys did a good job of rolling with it and played with a great energy, enthusiasm. Thought it was a good crowd tonight for a late night. And I don't know how many more late nights we have, but I don't. Do we? Yeah. But hey, you know, they got to see the Broncos really shine tonight. That was great.
Only in the last 4 years, only 7 times have you guys lost back-to-back games. I mean, you guys really have shown in recent times you can respond after a loss. And in this league, I guess, how important is that to
That's
let
huge.
one loss not become 2 or 3?
That's so huge because, you know, if you start peeking ahead too, you're like, oh boy, that game's going to be hard, and then that game's going to be hard. You can't do that. You just got to find a way to get that next one, and whether you win or lose, you have to be able to respond. And a lot of stuff happens, and weird stuff happens, and heartbreaks, and you know, you just want to try to stay a little bit even keel and find a way to get the next one. And you know, here we go again, out of the frying pan into the fire. Another good team, and a tough place to play, one of the toughest in the country, let alone the conference.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right.